like a bomb squad. like a bomb squad. push it away. Intense chase and whispers before they all just fade. So how can I leave it all behind when I refuse to watch it fall to dust? I will find a this porcelain mirage may start to break. Each piece a reminder, every single little mistake. So how can I leave it all behind when I refuse to watch it fall to dust? Tell me why it won't ever be the same. I'll burn it all, no matter who's to blame. I'll find a way. I'll find a way. And every time I close my eyes, a little less of you remains. I know you're slipping further from me now. Am I too far away? Tell me why I won't ever feel the same. I'll try everything until you're back again. I'll find a way back to I'll find a
Welcome back, everybody. ACL, Aegis Competitive League. You'll hear us saying that until the end of time, or until this league ever dies. Who knows what will happen first. Ace, why are you eating cake and you're not sharing with class? This is so not fair and not cool of you. How could you?
I think you cut off. I didn't hear what you said there.
Terrible. For those, we did experience an OBS crash. Apologies about that. It happens. But for those of you who were not able to hear what happened last set, Victor's Glorious Evolution 6-1, so they take the set 3-0, getting a commanding lead this week early on.
Yes, it was a nail-biting match. As Chad pointed out, games were so crazy that the whole stream crashed, and you cannot describe it better. Games were absolutely crazy, nail-biter, every single one of them. Now, I assume that was off-stream, the other matches were close too, but the one we saw, definitely a huge nail-biter. I was biting my nails. Not really, I was biting on that piece of cake, but intense.
Yes. Ace, why don't you give us a quick recap for those of the people that are just now tuning in of what we just witnessed last match?
Yeah, well, we saw Glorious Evolution, Salty Simon up against Void from the Dragons. Wait, hold on. Why doesn't my thing work? There you go. Void from Nissin's Dragons against Victor's Glorious Evolution, Salty Simon. And both of the players had some aggressive aggressive decks in their lineups. Both banned Morgana, so we were left with some aggressive matchups. And in game 1, a little bit of RNG was on the side of Salty Simons, so they took game 1. Then a little bit of RNG on the side of Void side, so they took it to 1-1. And game 3 was RNG on both sides, and better players just win. So Salty Simon managed to snatch that win, got a 2-1 for their team. Off stream, the Victor's Glorious Evolution managed to snatch the other 2 best of 3s as well. So they went on to win 6-1, and they tied for first now after that match. And now we get to see the other 2 teams in that league, in that group. And one of them will also tie up with these 2 teams we just saw. And the team that will lose will trail behind 1 game, but behind all of the teams. And you really don't want to be that the duckling in the back of the class, right? You really want to go get in the first row and compete with the big boys. So it's definitely a lot of pressure, even though it's like week 2, game 1 for these teams. You do not want to fall behind, especially when it's this stacked.
Yes, 100% agree with you. So next up on the docket for tonight, we have Aatrox Darkin versus Nora's Tea Drinkers. On that side of the match, we have for this week, we have Trey bringing Heimerdinger Victor. This is another Ionia one. Please don't be Ionia. We don't like Ionia here. No,
Ionia is good.
It is Ionia. We have Nora Trundle, Mordekaiser. We have Eddie bringing just Mono Nocturne, Jay for Morgana Udyr, Draven Sejuani, and we have Lawa bringing Heimerdinger Victor, Nora Trundle, and Mordekaiser as well. On the other side of the match, we have Aatrox Darkin, Rich Game Buddy bringing Elise Nocturne, Draven, Morgana Udyr. We have 10 Stews bringing Morgana Udyr, Elise Nocturne, Draven, and Arachnobat, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Heimerdinger Victor, Janna Nyla, and Mordekaiser Nora as well. And tonight we are going to be following Eddie on the side of Nora's Tea Drinkers.
Yep, as you mentioned, all the decks, a lot of similarities, right, between the players, between the teams as well. We can already see which decks are, high priority in the pick list. We see the Jarvan Morgana Udyrs, we see the Nocturnes, the Fearsomes, right? The Draven Sejuanis, of course, can be Mono Draven or just Champless. And the Mordekaiser, of course, and Nora with Freljord. So we already see, that kind of stock standard lineups that people bring like a 2 of in their teams. And I believe these 2 teams have a lot of similar decks. So it's definitely going to come down to picks. And are they prepared in mirror matchups and, similar lineups and strategy there?
Yes. And moving on to deck lists, let us go through Eddie's lineup for tonight with this Mono Nocturne. Well, I guess really not Mono Nocturne because we are running 2 precious pets, not 1, but 2 precious pets because we never miss allegiance, right, Ace? Allegiance do be allegiancing. But the
2
only
cards, less than 3 cards.
Do you see this tech? These 2 tech cards that I'm seeing, or 3 tech cards actually that I'm seeing in here?
The tech cards are definitely a little bit thinking outside the box, right?
I see what you did there. I see exactly what you did there. But we do see some interesting tech cards here. We see 3 of Phantom Butlers just to get that extra 3 fearsome damage into it, and also get that get those hollow stack procs going for our other fearsome units as well. We're running 2 of Glare, which is very interesting. Just to have something to lower that fearsome blocker, just to kind of put it just under range and also draw us a card and get us a little bit of value. And what's very interesting is the box. I understand why we're doing this. We are teching this for the mirror, and I like it. We are teching this for the 10 mana harrowing mirrors. This is the only reason why we are bringing this card.
Yeah, actually, you mentioned it perfectly, right? The box just absolutely counters harrowing, especially in this mirror where nothing you have in the deck is more than 3 HP, right? So
Yeah.
if it's a mirror, it's definitely sided towards the Nocturne, right? Now, no Elise, as you said, mono Nocturne. Elise gets replaced by that Phantom Butler. Instead of getting a Spiderling from Elise, we get a Hallowed proc from Phantom Butler. Now, that can prove sometimes better. Sometimes you might want that Elise with, the Spiderling for blockers, But it's a decision. Let's see if the decision pays out. I like the glare, a little bit of drawing right there. Maybe activate Nightfall for our Stygian onlookers or Nocturnes. So I like that part of the list. Let's see if no Elise and Phantom Butler can prove better than the stock version.
Yes. Moving on to the second deck of the night, we have Morgana, Udyr, Jarvan, but I also see some interesting tech cards in here as well, Ace. We have more interaction spells in this deck.
And we have why Demacia is Demacia, right? We have Rally.
Yes, we do have the 5-mana Golden Aegis, give a unit barrier, and Rally in this deck as well.
Yep. We mentioned it twice so far. What this deck can do, It has Ionia. Not Ionia. Ionia is stuck in my head today. But we have Freljord with Yadolski Snowdog and Roman Hawks to buff the deck. We have your good big boys that can really benefit from getting buffed, like Petricide Broadwing, like Udyrs, and also we mentioned the Bladebound Berserker, which, if you cast a spell that targets a single ally, it copies onto itself. So if you cast Golden Aegis, for example, you get to rally twice. Not that it matters, right? Because the rally is just rally. But you also get barrier on 2 units. So I don't know if that will prove important, but we'll see. Other than that, we can use some stances, as we mentioned, but you can also use a magical feathering on your unit, which means you're going to curse your opponent with suppression twice. So tax season, Hirsch. It's tax season. If Bladebound is on the board, the IRS is happy because it's going to be a tax on tax. And on top of that, we have a nice little bit of a sneaky little game ender right there in the Battle Fury that we see a couple of times already today. Actually, more than a couple, but never mind. Battle Fury on the top, just so keep your opponent on the edge. You open swing, you have a lot of mana banked. Ooh, they better be scared. They better be shivering in their boots.
Yes, and it's actually funny that you mentioned that it's tax season, but it actually is tax season in America. It is tax return season in America right now, so it's kind of fitting. But with some interesting tech cards, other tech cards that I see is some blocking Badger Bears in here. You normally don't see blocking Badger Bear in this list.
It's a nice big body, right? 3 mana 4/4 can block elusives. Might not come in handy, but that big body can definitely come in handy, especially with all the buffs. If it even hits like 1 buff from Omenhawk or Yadulski. Now it's a 5/5. Once you slam that 5/5 for 3 mana on the board, you will have board presence probably lasting till the late game. Especially with all the, overwhelm units we get to see, with all the go wide units. Once you slam a body that can block multiple times and get good trades, it's definitely looking good for you.
Yeah, I completely agree with you here. And moving on to the third and final deck of Eddie, we have Draven Sejuani. This is actually almost card for card from Simon's list. We don't have one of Pirouette, but instead we have one of Vulpine Wanderer.
Yeah, it's a very, very similar list. I don't know if it's a card for card, as you said. Yeah, you did say the Vulpine Wanderer. I don't see the Pirouette. No Pirouette. One might. I'm not sure if Simon Ren might, but also one Brothers Band that was in that list. But other than that, we saw what this deck can do, and it can definitely do a lot. Now, one Sejuani, 2 Bone Clubs, a little bit nice of mixture of both. Other than that, go wide or go tall. Try to end the game with a lot of overwhelm or a lot of units that's gonna get you wide. Battle Fury is on the top, Sometimes you just need to smack down that Battle Fury and win the game. Other than that, pretty much simple deck. Get on the board, win the game.
Yes. And we do see who Eddie is going up against now. From the other side of Aatrox Darkens, we have the man, the myth, the legend himself, Arachnobat, going up against Eddie. So first up on the docket, we have Nora Mordekaiser SI. What can I say about this, Ace? Aloof to be aloofing, Risu be risuing, and Necrotic Arachnoid be arachnoiding.
Well, you know, a player named Arachnobot had to have Arachnoid card in the list, right?
Yeah, it's fitting.
The tech is fitting, right? Other than that, you know, the usual Nora, Vandal, random stuff. You know, it's gonna stall. You have some junk constructs, some Portal Pioneers, quick wheel there, you know, a little bit of spice. Other than that, double Minimorph, Nora doing Nora stuff. Now, the other part of the deck, SI control tools. You're gonna have your Soul Harvest, Hate Spikes, some Vengeances, one Ruination, the reset button is right there, and he is not done with you. He will never be done with you, Hirsch. It's right there, Mordekaiser.
Yes. But one thing that is sticking out to me a little bit here is this Quick Will. I don't understand the reason for this tech.
Yeah, if you put it on Mordekaiser, then you have like 6 attack, quick attack, challenger, and all kinds of stuff, right?
I mean, I suppose. Is it just there to just rotate the Darken Halberd? Like you play Darken Halberd off token just to give Mordekaiser that big buff and also respawn the unit, and then you just throw a Quick Quill on when you're ready to attack? Is this like the thought process in here? That makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Good catch, Hirsch. Good catch. You're on point, on fire today, on point. Good job. I didn't even think about just recycling the weapons. But yeah, that would come in really handy in those slow matchups or when you really want to get those Mordekaiser procs going and you only have the Dark Halberd. But I guess we'll see it in action. I mean, if we see it in action, because it is a one-off. But it's definitely an interesting spice that, you know, just brings more to your thought process and decision making into the deck.
Yeah, for sure. And moving on to the second deck of the night, it's our favorite deck, Bilgewater Piltover deck. What is it, Ace? It's Nyla Janna. Woo!
Yeah, who doesn't love Nyla Janna, right? You gotta love a deck that just cheats all the time. That's the main play pattern of the deck is cheating. And who doesn't love cheating, right? Me. I'll tell you who doesn't love cheating, Hirsch. It's me. I don't like when my opponent is drawing cards. I never liked it, and I'm not afraid to say it. I do not like when my opponents draw cards. And Nyla Janna, all they do is draw cards.
Yeah, we do be drawing. We do be cycling through our entire deck. But moving on to the third and final deck of the night, we have Heimerdinger, Victor, Ionia. Take us through this one, Ace.
Heimer, as we said, this is the Lux Jace of Ionia. We have Victor right there. If he sticks on the board, insane value, he's gonna eventually win the game. If Heimerdinger sticks on the board, insane value, he's eventually gonna win the game. Other than that, Ballistic Bot to promote the glorious evolutions from Victor, you know, to get it going. We have Reggie for some little bit of manifesting, a little bit of shenanigans going on there. We can find a lot of things that we can use in this region combo. And we also have Portal Pioneer to have Explorer spells. That's pretty much very light on units, but what it doesn't have in units, what it lacks in units, what am I looking here? What's the, if it lacks in units, it compensates with removal spells, right? That's what I'm looking for. Thank you, Hirsch. We have rocket barrages to deal with big boards. We have aftershocks. We have mystic shots. We have thermo beams. We have blooming buds that sleeps a unit. We have unworthy souls, and we have insane amount of draw and creation of cards. So we just have value, soul, and more value.
And what do we love more than anything else? More and more value.
I love me some Reggie.
Yes, Everybody loves a good Reggie. But moving on back to the caster desk here, we are going.
I'm trying to get my. Wait, hold on.
We've lost Ace
there we
here.
go. No, I'm here. Trying to get my shoe.
But now we are going to throw it off into predictions, Ace. Let us see what everybody decided for today. And it looks like it is a complete opposite of what we witnessed last match. You and the community are on the same page, and me and Red are on the same page with Aatrox Darkin.
I'm surprised me and Red aren't on the same page, but I guess
you had to mix it up so you could throw people off the trail that you guys are the same person.
No. It's me with the people against the tyrants, against the people in charge, against the government. Me and the people who are going to start the revolution, going for the tea drinkers. We, the community, love tea. We love tea. We love gossiping. So we're going for the tea drinkers. Darkins, not my cup of tea.
Oh, no. That's too much of a stretch. I'm not going to let you get away with that one.
Chad gets it.
Alrighty. Now we can throw it on into the matchup screen where we see all 6 decks all at once. What are we thinking for bans here, Ace?
Well, keep it simple, Hirsch. Morgana off the table. Mordekaiser off the table. Nobody likes control. Nobody likes lifesteal. Nobody likes when they're not done with them, or whatever Mordekaiser says. So my prediction, Morgana off the table for Eddie, Mordekaiser off the table for Arachnobot.
Say that one more time, sorry.
Morgana, Mordekaiser.
For both?
I mean, Morgana out
from
Eddie's side,
sorry,
right?
sorry. Yeah. My brain is completely lagging.
Alright, show me how correct I am, how I'm always correct and technically right.
You know what? Just because you should have quit while we were ahead. We should have just ended the stream when we crashed.
No. I mean, we technically ended the stream once when I was correct, right?
Yeah. So
I got one.
You got one. But on the side of Arachnobats, Heimerdinger Victor got taken off.
Okay, I own you. Understandable. But it's okay, I got one right. I'm taking that any day of the week.
Yes.
So yeah, what we're left with is a couple of aggressive decks on Eddie's side, right? With the miss rates and the champions don't matter in the Freljord Noxus combo, but I guess it is Draven Sejuani aggressive deck. And on the other side with the Arachnobot, we have Nylajena, the drawing, and Nora Mordekaiser, the control. So Eddie definitely gets to be the aggressor in all of these matchups here. So let's see how fast they can basically end the game, right? If it goes the distance, most of the times Arachnobot will be able to clutch it in the end, get the W. Now there is some couple of obstacles in the late game for Arachnobot, with the miss rates. You can always run into a little bit of a harrowing here and there, a little bit of a 6-wide unit just attacking you out of nowhere. And in the other deck, there is a little bit of a Battle Fury action right there. So you always have to keep on your toes, always gotta be on your toes when you're playing against this kind of decks. But if Arachnobot can survive and stabilize through the early portion of the game, their chances definitely skyrocket from that point.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with you. Honestly,
thank you.
The way that we're set up, I think we're looking to queue Draven Sejuani here first, and just to kind of get the game out of the way, we're looking to, or just get the free win and play Nylajena.
You say free win, but you never know.
Well, not technically through free. It's just like it's one of the easier decks to play up against.
Now, Nylajena on the other side, against double Yodulski Snowdog. Now, will we keep 2 Yodulski Snowdog? I don't know, depends on the attack token. If you're attacking on 3, maybe the Yodulski Snowdog can get like some really good value there. If you're attacking on 2, maybe keeping both Yodulski Snowdog is too much. Yeah, so I assume we're attacking on 3 from this mulligan. Oh, we're attacking on 3, so maybe it would have been okay to keep it, but Eddie decides to only go for 1 Yodulski Snowdog, you know, wants to get units that can do more than Yodulski Snowdog. Maybe double Yodulski Snowdog would have been too slow. But on the other side, we get to see Nyla come down. She can swing here. Yodulski Snowdog can block, you know, they just exchange 2 HP on both sides. Let's see if Eddie decides to go for it. It's probably okay to go for it, right? You damage Danila, but if you decide to open swing next turn, Danila cannot block. Now, if the decision is to play this Ballista, Iron Ballista, now it might be better not to block, because then your Yodulski Snowdog isn't damaged now. From this decision not to block, I assume we're going to play the Ballista here, or maybe the second Yodulski Snowdog that we did mulligan.
You 100%. What? We're not... That's wild.
Wow,
that's wild.
That's it. Well,
you 100% greed and slam that second Yodulski Snowdog no matter what. You 120% do that.
Yeah, that's some strong opinions right there, Hirsch. Maybe the decision here is to Brothers Bond, because the important to know, Brothers Bond is grant, not give. If I remember correctly, it's grant.
Yes.
So maybe Eddie's thought of process here is that the buffs will stick, but that can be answered with a Mystic Shot, and it will just like huge blowback. Now, I really like the idea of just developing more, because we did mention, right, Eddie is the aggressor in this kind of matchup. So you really want to step on the gas from the get-go. So a little bit of a wonky decision, but we still have to roll with it. Still push 3. We can still develop here. But Arachnobot definitely feels good about the current state of the game. Especially with this Bull Shark coming down.
I'm just so confused, because in this matchup, you have to basically outrace the Nyla Jana.
Disgusting.
But when you're hesitating and not just jamming your units into this deck and forcing out answers from the Nyla Jana, you're making your life a lot difficult.
I mean, and look at what Nyla Jana can do in just one turn of action. They drew 3 cards already. They can jam down the Jana. They can play 2 more units for free and still have Gotcha for 2 mana. How is this not cheating, man? How is this not cheating? This deck... God damn it, Hirsch.
It's just very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate, because like us not... We're basically gonna end up getting punished for not just jamming this Yodulski Snowdog and stacking more and more units.
Yeah, especially because with this double Windborn Mariner. Oh yeah, Mariner. Yeah. And now we just have so much units that basically Arachnobot just is better on the board in just like an instance, just one turn. And look at the difference between the board right now. Decides to go in with the Nyla as well. Has the Mystic Shot in the back pocket. If the Ballista blocks, goes down to 1 HP. And it can be shot next turn. Now, Eddie still has the Yodulski buff in the deck. You know, that unit is +2/+2. We still have Battle Fury. So if we can get some overwhelm damage in this turn, we can possibly set up for a huge Battle Fury turn on the next attack turn, which is in 2 turns, on turn 7. Now, will we be able to do enough is the question. Will we be able to do enough this turn to set it up? And Eddie just decides to open attack again, hoping that he gets some of this Ballista damage through.
This is so rough.
Okay, we managed to sneak in 2 damage. That's not necessarily bad, I would say. 12 is a nice threshold. If we can slam down this ballista, that's already 5. And with Battle Fury, oh, it's already 6, right? Because double buff. 2 buffs from Snowdog. So 6 plus 8, that's already on 14, right? With the Bone Club as well. Whoa, that's so much stuff though.
So that now there is a chance for Eddie to kind of get a good lethal here with Bone Club and Battle Fury as well.
I mean, yeah, but there is a double Howling Gale in Arachnobot hand, and Howling Gale can deal up to 5 if 3 cards have been played before that, right?
Yeah.
So that's gonna be a lot of damage. If we slam down the Bone Club right here, Arachnobot might just go in and decide to try to kill. Oh, and that's leveled Nyla. That's 2 damage to the thing. Oh, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard because Arachnobot is even close to representing lethal on their own here, and Eddie has no unit, so it might be the best if you just pass here and hope for the best. Because that's a lot of hands in Arachnobot's hand. Oh, there's the Bone Club. Up to 10 HP. Down to 8 after Neela swings. Next is down to 13. There is 9 damage from the board. Let's say 2 damage gets blocked. So that's only 7 damage going through. 7 and 2, so that's only 9. So we're down to 6 HP. And we have 1 Divine Whirlwind, 2 Divine Whirlwind, and a Mystic Shot. So that's technically a lethal right here, or forcing the Ballista to block. And we see Divine Whirlwind on the Edulski Snowdog. And now the Ballista is forced to block. The Ballista has to block here. Otherwise, you are just dead. But you might be dead anyways.
Yeah, we're still dead anyways because we have pinks to the face.
Yeah, we have... Oh wait, that Mystic Shot is fleeting though. We only have 1 Divine Whirlwind. Wait a minute, Hirsch. We only have 1 Divine Whirlwind, Hirsch. Hirsch, we only have 4, Hirsch. Hirsch, 5 is more than 4.
This is true.
Hirsch, what happened? Wait, Hirsch, that's it? What the hell? I just went through 45 seconds of math, and the answer was just slam Battle Fury and hope for the best. Again, I think our players a little bit hesitant of just pushing hard into their leads, right? It felt like Arachnobot can definitely try to push more damage the previous turn, just as Eddie could have pushed more on that turn 2-3 plays, right? So it's definitely a little bit of passiveness that we are seeing from our competitors right here.
And moving on into the next match where we're seeing Nyla Jana run back into... Is this the Mono Nocturne deck? I don't remember. This is... Yes, this is the Mono Nocturne deck.
Damn.
And so far...
caught up on that last game. What the hell? Just...
so far, yeah, not the greatest of hands from both of these. And
I mean, I see a Misrate, I see a Miriam, I see Raid Collar. So Gotcha is bad, but Miriam can fix that. Yeah, I see Temple as well, so it's definitely not that bad. Vikrash as well, so we're gonna see a Miriam here. Updraft 1 to draw 1. Yeah, that's not bad. You know, The Ruined Rex can always get you out of some sticky situation, especially against this kind of decks.
Yeah.
But on the other side, we see some good fearsome and no fearsome blocker on the side of Arachnobat for now. Especially if we play this Vikrash. If we jam down this Vikrash down, we can also play a Stygian Onlooker here. And that's a lot of fearsome damage. That's going to be 4, 6, and 9 fearsome damage. Oh, we saw the second Miriam. The second Miriam is also not a fearsome blocker.
But
and we can see a Stygian here.
We're banging for Eye of the Storm here.
9 damage. Oh, we got the man.
Yeah, we opted to cycle for updraft for mana here.
So we updrafted to refill our mana, right? Right. So now Arachnobat is faced with the decision to either block block the misrate to survive unit, or block, maybe the onlooker to save more HP in the short run, but maybe not that worth in the long run. Okay, Hirsch, it's time. Do we hit Allegiance?
Always. We
Actually,
never
do we
miss.
even play here? Do we hit Allegiance?
Huh?
Do we even go for that card? Do you maybe want to play like some landmark action
We
here?
whiffed!
That didn't it say 2 is less than 3 cards for Allegiance here?
Yeah.
That's only 2 precious pets in the
precious
whole
pet.
deck.
That actually might kind of just seal the game right there. That whiffing Allegiance right there is a huge tempo loss.
I did not expect that.
I was not expecting that either.
Well, we still have double Iron Conquest in hand, We still have the Spider. Now imagine if we just had another fearsome 3-2 here. It would have been so much better. But it's still fine. We still have 3 fearsome units. And we still have some good trades on the board. We have some draw from Glare. So it's still not over. It's definitely a major setback. But it's not game-breaking. It's not game-ending from the side of Eddie. Now let's see how Arachnobat decides to navigate this. Because this is threatening quite a lot of damage, especially because there's no fearsome blocker. So we're going to seriously need to either start shooting these things or rely on that Eye of the Storm for blockers. Yeah, just full swing. No need to keep anything in the back. Even if they get some good trades, you can still replenish the board with those Iron Conquests. Let's see how Arachnobat answers. Probably I have the Storm right here. Yeah, get a good trade in. And we can also Mystic Shot one of the Spiders just to save some more HP if we decide to go for it. Let's see what's the decision here. Do we go down to 5? No, we Mystic Shot, only take 3 damage and clean most of the board. Now, the Iron Conquest will be summoning the 3-3, right? It says, well, it will if it create an ephemeral copy of it in hand.
It creates an ephemeral copy of something that is on board in hand, but
it's on board, right?
Yeah,
and
the third one, it summons the strongest one.
Yeah, strongest one. So we can create misrates, right? We can rate callers to create misrates.
Yeah, that's kind of where we have to go from here.
Yeah. Now it is ephemeral, so we might want to go for it next turn. And hopefully we don't miss on our last card. Surely not, right?
The odds are in our favor.
Yeah, let's see if Eddie goes for it here. Yeah, it's better maybe not to play it this turn because it is ephemeral and you would kind of want to go for that 4-3 body. We decide to go for Glare here, draw a card. Stygian Onlooker, not bad for next turn. Definitely not bad for next turn. We can get more fearsomes on the board. Now, this is an interesting decision. If we play the 4-3 raid color here, we technically get the misraid, but the raid color dies. But that just means it leaves us space for more fearsome units. So it might not have even been a bad decision to actually play the raid color there. Because next turn we can get another raid color and play the Stygian Onlooker. So maybe it was better to just play the raid color to just get the mist raid, but we just get mist raid anyway. So nothing of that matters. We can just play the raid color here. Okay, we hit Allegiance. and we still have 2 more fearsome units to play. Now, if we are overwriting the landmark here, it would be correct first to copy a unit and then overwrite it. It might come in handy in the back of your hand. So let's see if Eddie actually thinks ahead a little bit, doesn't just replace the landmark without actually using one of the storylines, right? It's easy to forget those kinds of things, Harsh. I always kept forgetting those slight little adjustments in the play patterns.
Yeah, it is really difficult sometimes.
Ultimately, he could also go for giving either another raid color or maybe copying just a miss raid, It's a lot of different decisions there, but I really like just copying raid color here, have it for next turn in case he doesn't win this turn. He decides to go for overwriting the raid color for now. Yeah, the card wasn't fearsome, so it would have been just blocked by Miriam or the Master Lookout, so it's not the worst decisions there, and it just gets answered by Howling Gale. I guess now that makes it easy because now we don't have to overwrite the card, right? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Maybe it would have been better. Tough decisions. Maybe it would have been better to just overwrite the landmark. But instead, we just go for copying. And probably just replaying this miss raid. Now we have a fight. 5-3 fearsome, 4-2 fearsome, 3-1 fearsome, 2-1 fearsome. And a miss raid just there to get the party going. Now, we lost the second hand, but we do remember that Arachnobat had like at least 2 or 3 interaction spells, so we're definitely going to see some of those units get removed. But let's see if we can get a block out here. 2 HP is somewhat safe. Now this is forcing a block, but if it decides to go on Nyla blocking the spider, 2 HP is technically safe because Torutaka doesn't actually have any reach in their list. So 2 HP does sound scary, especially when playing against aggro side deck, because Doomby is always hovering in the back of your mind, but this is not that kind of list. The box is kind of fun there. Yeah, if Arachnobat has a hand that's like a lot of units here that they want to keep developing, the box can definitely come in handy. But now the question is, if Torutaka can survive, can they get lethal next turn? They are summoning with Iron Conquest. They're gonna revive the strongest Dead Allied follower. I believe that is a missed raid now. I believe the missed raid was at this point buffed enough times to be above the raid color. Yeah, the miss raid was indeed buffed more than the raid color, and I believe Torutaka didn't take a note of that and hoped to summon a raid color here to have that ephemeral blocker. But instead, Iron Conquest summoned a miss raid that we basically just lost all the value that we had stored in that landmark. So a little bit of an iffy play there, and it gets met with this Ruined Rex that hits everything except that ephemeral unit. But the box does get some value here. Once Arachnobat, if they try to develop even more units, the box can definitely stink a little bit here. And instead, we just summon another miss raid probably here. Oh, we see Arachnobat trying to play something. So we can block the Ruined Rex. I believe there is no block for Nyla. Nyla just pushes 5 damage, and we see a gotcha here. Is Torutaka forced to play another unit to have enough? I'm not sure what got played this turn, so I'm not sure what the box kills, but it shouldn't be enough, right? Arachnobat should just have lethal here even through the box. Because Nyla alone does 5 damage. He cannot be blocked here, and Nyla was played last turn. So, I mean, it was played like a few turns ago. But it definitely hits the Nexus here. So I think this is probably just lethal. Now we can block 4. And box kills the Mariner. Does box kill the Mariner? If it kills the Mariner... Oh yeah, it kills the Mariner, so we're alive at 1 HP. But 1 HP against a PNC Bilgewater, Nyla Jenna. There is no way that's enough. And yeah, we see the Divine Whirlwind get the W for Arachnobat here. And we got a series on our hands, Hirsch.
We sure do, Ace.
Alright, so now we're left with both side decks. From Arachnobat's side, we have Mordekaiser Nora, a little bit more of a control kind of deck. And on the Eddie side, we have Mistwraith's Allegiance. Now, we did see Eddie missing Allegiance a little bit there, a little bit of as the kids like to say, skill issue. Or when you miss Allegiance, it's pure skill issue. There's no luck involved. If you were a good player, you would have hit Allegiance there. That's how life works.
Yes.
Let's see if they can, redeem themselves a little bit and actually hit Allegiance in this game.
So far off the bat, post mulligan Arachnobat isn't looking too great. It's not bad. It's workable. On the side of Eddie, I would assume we're rolling the Fading Memories and the Nocturne and probably getting rid of the Skitter. I would be okay with keeping Risen Mist. No, we're just going for the full kick and getting 2 Mist Race. Can we draw something into next turn just to kind of get some more traction? Okay. Yeah, they definitely heard me talking smack about the about the Allegiance. So this time around, definitely going all in on the Allegiance. All right, we have 2 Arachnoids. 2 Arachnoids are against the Arachnobat, and both of them will be striking here. So that's already 6 damage. Nice little bit of start there. Arachnobat also doesn't have a lot of fearsome blockers. So it might prove a little bit iffy. Oh, nice little bit of glimpse there. The important to note, the Glare wasn't actually killing the Nora, but with 0 attack, the Nora would have not strike and plant any portal. So just going straight in there, just killing your unit, getting the draw out, and trying to get something that blocks fearsomes up in this board. Hirsch, what the hell is that 2/3? What does that card do, Hirsch? Oh, hit Allegiance! Let's go. That is a fantastic question. I actually don't even know myself what that card is.
I'm confused, honestly. I'm looking at that. I've never seen that.
Dragon Song Dreamer. Each round, the first time you invoke, summon a Dragonling.
Summon a dragon! I mean, invoke. Wait, they're never invoking.
Yeah.
Oh, Hirsch, wait! Hirsch, the Legion of the Severed can grant Deathless to a unit. If it grants it to Quick Will, then the attachment permanently has Deathless. So it's a permanent Deathless. So that's why Quick Will is in the deck. You catching my drift here, Hirsch, or did I just confuse you more?
No, you lost me. You lost me, son.
Yeah, the Quick Will, right? The attach unit. If we grant this Deathless, it will perpetually grant Deathless to our unit. So that's the point of running the one-off Quick Will, right?
Huh.
Yeah, I believe that.
That's an interesting take. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, it's not a take, bro. That's probably how that works.
Interesting interaction is the word I'm looking for.
All right, focus on the board. Did we hit the second allegiance or did we miss the second allegiance?
No, we hit second allegiance.
We hit, right? We hit. Okay. 2 allegiance hit. That's good. I believe with 2 allegiance hit, you probably win the game, right? Right? 2 allegiance hit is enough.
Yes, 2 allegiance is enough.
I believe this Nocturne should be leveled right now because we swung with the 2 spiders, then with 4 units. This Nocturne is definitely leveled here, and that's 3 fearsome units on the board. Oof. Can Arachnobite actually survive this? Is the real question. Now we have even more fearsome units. Yeah, Glimpse is really needed here. You're gonna draw 3 cards. Oh, the box. Wait, what's the box? What's the box for? That wasn't even played this turn.
Yeah.
Right. Well, Legion of the Severed is a fearsome blocker. Risu as well creates a fearsome blocker. Now we got the 2/2 from our portals, but that's not a fearsome blocker. Now we are running into some issues of not having enough fearsome blockers, and might prove a little bit hard to survive next turn. Legend of the Severed, as we said, it's a fearsome blocker, but we only have 1, and on the other side that's going to be 4 fearsome attackers. Oh, now we see the box. They're removing that 1 fearsome blocker we had.
I like this play a lot.
It also gives them a card because that Sentry was re-summoned, basically. It was revived this turn, so...
Yeah. I would not be upset at Eddie if he rips this box right now. I think this is a very good box.
I personally like playing this Nocturne just like another fearsome blocker, you know? Another fearsome attacker right there. The box would remove the unit, yes, but it can... Yeah, I pretty much like this Nocturne more. This Nocturne gives fearsome to our last unit as well, right? Because now all of our units have fearsome. Yeah. So now you get a full board of fearsome. So everything has fearsome. The board is very scary, is what I'm trying to say.
You get fearsome. Everyone gets fearsome.
And Arachnobite should be very, very feared right now. Afraid? Yeah, it's probably afraid, not feared, yeah. Feared. Eddie should be feared, right?
Oh, wait. Actually, we don't have enough mana to play this next turn. That Ruination actually is really nice right now. But the Burst Summon Mistwraith, that will do it.
Mistwraith. 4/2 and pull to the side. I mean, doesn't really matter. But okay. Yeah, and Eddie gets it. The double Allegiance hit gets him through the end. Well, that was a little bit anticlimactic after what we saw the first 2 games.
I wouldn't say anticlimactic. I mean, it was nice to see that Eddie didn't miss Allegiance. But with that, give us a quick recap of the entire set as a whole while I try to find if there's another match for us to jump into.
Well, after the bans, as we saw in the previous round, we saw Eddie on aggressive list against Arachnobite on some more, a little bit more draw, a little bit more control versions. Basically, Eddie was the aggressor in all of the matches, basically. So in the first game, we saw a little bit of Failure Noxus trying to out-muscle Nyla Janna, and it did. It all came down to just Battle Furying a unit, that unit being too big for the Nyla Janna to deal with, and that's just how Eddie got the win in the game 1, right? Just make a unit big, slam a Battle Fury, why overthink it, just make a bigger fist, right? In game 2, it was Fearsome against Nyla Janna. Now, in that matchup, the Fearsomes were just not fast enough. We saw a very crucial Allegiance not hitting, just that 1 plus the Fearsome unit would have been really, really good for Eddie there, but Allegiance were not hit. In it also not Allegiance that it was not hit, but also it meant that you were just drawing a spider, a 2-1 spider on your next draw, which is also just terrible post turn 1. So from that point on, the Nyla Gen was just able to stabilize, get the stuff on the board, and then just beat you down. And game 3, we saw fearsomes again, but this time against Nora Mordekaiser. And Nora Mordekaiser doesn't actually have that much fearsome blockers as we saw. You know, the Noras, not enough. The Junk Construct, not enough. I think we saw a couple of Sentries, also not enough. All of those units have 2 power and just not enough to block those big fearsomes. And 2 Allegiance hit, really important. The Allegiance actually hit this time around. And Eddie came out with a strong commanding win in that game 3 and managed to snag the win for the Nora Tea Cups. No, it's not Nora, it's Nora Tea Drinkers. Why is it not Nora Tea Cups? That sounds very much better, Hirsch.
Because Nora drinks tea.
I would love to be a teacup. Yeah, but I would love to be a teacup, you know?
But, I mean, you're already short and stout, so, I mean, you already are a teacup.
How would you know? How would you know? You only see me through a camera, bro. How would you know? Maybe I'm like 6'6" and 6'5" and 6'6".
Aren't you like 4 or 5
every day?
Aren't you like 4 or 5, my guy?
No. I'm like 180 technically. I don't use freedom units.
Only freedom units used here.
No. I'm not using freedom units.
We're an American-based organization. Only freedom-based units here.
No. I don't use.
You know why we operate off of EST? Do you know what EST stands for?
I got no clue. Probably something East time zone.
EST in our organization stands for esports time. Listen. I ain't using feet over anything. I don't know what kind of feet you guys in. I'm not into feet, so I'm gonna use meters and centimeters. You know. Yeah. So throwing it back to the
feet, not good.
Throwing it back to the caster desk here for a minute. The other 2 matches are concluded. I am trying to hastily find out the other scores of the other matches. Rich Game Buddy for Arachnobats 2-0 against Trey.
That would mean that's a 1-1, and you're waiting for the 3rd match, right, to confirm who wins.
Yes, I'm hastily trying to go on Runeterra just to try to find it because I see that it is concluded right now. Give me uno momento, por favor. Ace, this is your time to fill in the dead air.
I should be. I was just watching something off screen. But yeah, you know, it's really a unique experience where you win your game and another teammate loses their game, and you're all just waiting for the 3rd teammate to see if anything you did actually mattered, right? So the anticipation is definitely a unique experience that Aegis brings to the game, right? Anticipation.
Yes. And for ZMAX versus Lawa, or Tenstu's versus Lawa, it is a 2-1 for Lawa. So with that, Nora's Tea Drinkers takes a set 2-1.
My predictions always correct.
So we are tied at the moment, Ace.
What you mean tied? I got everything correct so far.
We're tied. No, you didn't get last. You didn't get last set. You predicted. You predicted Lee Sin's Dragons for the first one.
No, I didn't. I didn't. No.
I will pull.
I
will pull up the logs next or during break.
Pull up all the receipts. Pull up the receipts, the tax returns, everything you have. I would never go bet against Victor's Glorious Evolution. If you watched Arcane, ain't nobody stopping Victor's Glorious Evolution.
Alright, but with that, we are going to take a quick short break here. We will be back momentarily for the next set, which is going to be Azir's Ascended versus Swain's Flock. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in the next 5 minutes. Welcome back, everybody. Aegis Esports ACL Ace. You already know what I'm about to ask you.
I got no clue. I've never been here before. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Dude, we rehearsed this over break. Come on, man.
Okay, what was the question?
What does ACL stand for?
Aegis Champions League. Let's go.
Sir. Yes, sir. Aegis Champion League. I'm still Hirsch. That's still Ace. At least I hope so. Otherwise, I'm going to have some issues, and I'm going to have to find a lawyer to deal with this contract issue.
Yeah, I definitely signed everything you sent me. Everything. My firstborn child is going to be named after you. That was definitely in the contract. Everything I own is basically yours, I think, and I believe I have to make sure your pillow is cold every night. That was also in the contract. Everything is done, don't worry.
Yes, sir. I also need your firstborn child, the little snail that you have, your snail buddy.
I have no idea where he is.
You lost him already?
No, he's doing his own thing, bro. You know, that's a little bit of adventure. You know, it takes a while for a snail to go to the store. You know, if you send a snail to the store, it's gonna take at least 3 business days to come back. So.
At least 3 business days.
Yeah, because the store isn't open on that business days, right?
All right. Anyways, back on track. We are on to the third set of the night. Ace, before we go into that, give us a quick recap of what we just witnessed last match, please, and thank you, sir.
We saw some questionable, I will say, plays. You know, some little bit of limit testing. Limit testing. Yeah. Some limit testing, but we saw Nora's tea drinkers manage to snatch a win and tie up for first with the others in the group. We saw some allegiance. When it doesn't hit, the deck not that good. When it hits, it's much better. So when it didn't hit, they drop a game. When allegiance hit a couple of times, they get a win. Simple as that. Other than that, we saw Battle Fury being a very, very good card. So if you have it, you should just play it. And Eddie managed to snatch that pretty close to 1. It was definitely a game a little bit of back and forth, you know. But in the end, Eddie managed to snag a win for Nora's Tea Drinkers, and they go up to 3 wins in their group.
Great explanation. Fantastic, sir. You got it down to the letter T. I had something I was going somewhere with this, and then I completely just lost it. So, anyways, we are against Azir's Ascended versus Swain's Flock. We will be following Spitz today, and Spitz will be fighting up against Remy. So, without further ado, let's dive into these decks, Ace. For the first deck of Spids, honestly, I expect nothing less from her. Spids playing Action Sivir, one of our most comfortable decks in the league right now.
Yeah, definitely one of those players that when you think about a combination or a specific kind of deck, it's easily to associate the player with the deck. And Spitz is definitely one of those players that when you think about someone who pilots Demacia with Shurima pretty well, definitely Spitz is one of the names that come up in your mind. And Action Sivir Demacia is that little bit of a wonky, mid-rangey, wants to get on the board list, because yeah, you do have those decent Demacia cards for the board. You know, you have the Petricite Broadwing, and all of the combat spells, the Cataclysms, the single combats, the form-ups, some rallies, some strikes here and there, and it really mixes well with all the quick attack and what word am I looking for here? The quick attack plus vulnerable plus Akshan palaces, and it just really combines to this kind of combo-ish mid-rangey deck that once it gets on the board, just wants to combo out a few cards, get some good trades, get you to react to it, and it just usually just wins out that game of attrition where it has just more answers, or rather more questions that you just cannot answer.
Yeah. Moving on to the second deck of tonight, we have another fairly Noxus deck with Draven. No Sejuani though. I honestly think we were going to be seeing a lot of this throughout the entirety of the season.
You said it perfectly, Hirsch. No Sejuani, just Draven alone there, as one Draven should be. You know, he is the man after all. And other than that, one Bone Club, as we saw it pretty useful in the last best of three. 3 Battle Furies. Other than that, it's the usual one Fervor we see as a tech option here. Other than that, you know it. Buff your units, get wide or get tall, smack your opponent hard.
What are we missing here? Because I see some different techs into this, which I'm okay with. I see 3 of Elixir of Iron and 1 of 3 Sisters. Obviously, the one Sejuani is going into that 3 Sisters, but what did we take out that we're throwing in these Elixir of Irons for? What am I missing here?
It is only one Bone Club. You know, there's less like Sky Splitters, only 2 Whirling Deaths, so Elixir of Iron being actually the only 3 off in the spells besides Battle Fury. So Spitz really appreciates that low mana interaction. You know, in the Akshan Sivir, we can see 3 Shaped Stones. In here, we can see 3 Elixir of Iron. So 1 mana is a lot of mana if you ask Spitz.
Yes. Moving on to the third and final deck of Spitz tonight, we have true mono Nocturne Elise. All 40 cards being from Shadow Isles. You know what the best way to hit Allegiance is, Ace? Just by putting all 40 of your cards from the same region.
Yeah, I guess Spitz is just good player by default, right? Because good players hit Allegiance, and there's no way for Spitz to miss Allegiance, so by default, Spitz is a good player.
Yes. So nothing real different from any other deck that we've seen. Soul Heart. Yeah, actually, that actually is different. That is what we took out Precious Pet for. We took out Precious Pet for Soul Harvest. That makes sense.
Yeah. You get to see like what kind of players we have here by just that slight little deck. You know, this deck might be like 36 of the same cards as any of the other players that brought it, but every team seems to have like different tech options in there. You know, I think we saw like a couple of boxes in one of the previous lineups. We saw a couple of spiders in the deck we just saw like 20 minutes ago, and here we just see some Soul Harvest. So, you know, I really like this. Just different teams bring different kind of flavor, even though the flavor is just 3 to 4 cards difference, but it definitely shows what kind of playstyle they more prefer, even though it's the same kind of deck.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree with you. Moving on. Oh, go ahead. Finish your sentence.
I would have said I would splash 1 card that would have been treasure trash if you ask me. But, you know, that's just me.
But moving on to Remni's deck, we have Morgana Udyr J4. Very similar to everything else that we've seen, except for we have a Forgotten Artifact.
6 mana focus spell that says summon a Sandstone Charger, then give your allies Challenger this round. So once you get that big board that, you know, this deck is known to do, you know, some big units, some strong units, pretty wide, you can summon a 5/2 that is ephemeral and then give your allies Challenger. So it can be used to control the whole board. It can also be used to find some sneaky lethals by pulling blockers here and there. And I definitely like it. I always enjoy looking at some wild text, some cards that you see and you're like, I have to read what this card does, because like I haven't even seen this in play. And this is definitely one of those cards. So I would really like to see it in action.
Yeah, I think that's a very interesting over-the-top card to kind of get you through the end. I'm kind of wondering if we will be able to see this in action or not. But moving on to the second deck of the night for Remni, we have Lysandra Trundle with Watcher.
Lysandra Trundle. Now, at first when I saw Lysandra Trundle, I was like, there's no way this is Trolls, right? Who the fuck plays Trolls? But no, it's Lysandra Trundle. And I guess we are gonna try to summon Watcher, right? If we don't get through them with It That's Theirs, Necrotic Arachnoid, Trundle Pillars, eventually we're gonna get to Lysandra's Watcher, right? I believe it was a 5 units, right?
I think so.
That we need to summon. Yeah. If we summon 5 units that cost a 5 or more this game, the Watcher will cost 0, and then the deck will obliterate the enemy deck, leaving 3 non-champion cards. Now, other than that, that's our, like, you know, on the top win card. We have a lot of control tools. We have some passage unknowns, strictly tech for that harrowing that we might see. Other than that, you know, hate spikes, troll chant, avalanches, boxes, withering wail, vengeance, some healing with revitalizing roar, getting our units to cost 0, possibly used on Watcher. And other than that, there's some very nice, you know, sometimes reset button combined with the stairs can be a one-sided ruination. And other than that, you know, control it, soul, revitalizing roar, your Watcher, or just summon 5 units if it gets that far into the game. I like this kind of deck, even though it can be a little bit toxic, because it does just win with a little bit of cheating with revitalizing roar there. But if it can get there, it's definitely fun to watch something a little bit out of the box.
Again with that pun.
No, I mean, there's no boxing here, right? Yeah,
there's a one of box.
Yeah, that's a little bit out of the box, yeah.
But moving on to the third and final deck of the night, we have Nyla Janna. Very, very standard list. Actually, no, I lie. It is very non-standard because we are running 2 tie collars and we're running a 1 of Rocket Barrage, which is very interesting after this Nyla flips.
Marai Warden, so with the Tide Dancer and Marai Warden, we kind of want to get more units on the board and then use Tide Dancer to buff those units, right? Even though usually the Nyla Janna can make white boards, here we are guaranteed with the Marai Warden. So we go even harder into that line of play where we want a full board and we want that Tide Dancer to buff our units. So I really like this little bit of adaptation. Let's see if it's better, right? You never know. Yeah. Maybe it is the correct stuff to play Marai Warden. I personally wouldn't play it, but then again, I don't even play Nyla Janna because it's cheating. Nobody likes cheating except, I guess, everybody that brought this deck. Other than that, as you said, 1 Rocket Barrage, and that's kind of it for tech options.
I thought healing was cheating. Is drawing
cheating? But also drawing is cheating. Like, come on. Why can't my opponent just sit there, let me do my cool stuff, and then I just win? Wouldn't that be perfect?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just let me do my cool stuff, don't draw cards, and don't heal. That's all I want to do.
Yeah. So, moving on to the predictions for tonight's.
my camera is shaking a little bit. Okay, look at this. Ooh.
Sorry, and it's a 4-way tie with everybody in the community right now. So season 1 champions are the crowd favorite for tonight. So throwing it now onto the matchup screen, these players are itching to go and ready to get going. What are we thinking for bans here, Ace? Go.
Well, Remni, you know, he sees, I mean, they see the name of the player and Akshan Sivir. They just gonna ban that. They see Spitz, they say Akshan Sivir. Just ban that. Get it out of your head. You know, you don't have to worry about it. You have some tech cards to deal with the other decks. You know, I still remember the Passage Unearned as a one-off to definitely beat the Harrowing. That's definitely what we're gonna see here. So from Remni's side, I believe they're gonna remove Spitz's Akshan Sivir, right? On the other side, it is a little bit of an iffy ban. Spitz might go for removing the SI deck, but they also might go in with removing the Demacia deck. I think we will see both Demacia decks off the table for this specific matchup.
Yeah.
Yes, and I'm correct, or yes, and you agree?
I would agree.
Do we have the bans, or do I still have to keep talking to explain my decisions?
No, I still have the bans. Sorry, I'm juggling like 3 million things at once right now. So please be patient with me, sir. For the side of Spids, we see the Action Silver ban, which is
Let's go.
not a surprise. Yeah, I always say you always take the most comfortable deck away from the person playing the deck. And for the other side, I am trying to find it again. Uno momento. We are banning Morgana Udyr.
Let's go. 2 for 2. I'm so on fire today. I'm so on fire. Look at that. I got it perfectly. And we're kind of led with this has been kind of the trademark for today. A little bit of aggressive decks on one side, a little bit of a control your like combo-ish little bit of decks on the other side. And again, we see the Draven, well, not always Draven, but the Noxus, Freljord, and Fearsome Allegiance decks combined still left up, as we've seen the last 2 best of 3s. And again, it's facing Nyla. Now it's not Nora Mordekaiser, but it is an SI deck, and we are seeing what what we've been seeing for the last 2 best of 3s as well. Aggressive decks that want to win fast against more, well, not that much slower in Nyla Janna, but decks that will be put on the test here to survive the early game. Alright, let's see what we are starting with. We see Allegiance on the Spitz side against Nyla Janna on Remny's side. Now, Remny did open pretty good. Once you have like at least one fearsome blocker, you're definitely happy. And Remny has a 2 right now after this after his Master Lookout gets cooked, you know, it cooks and +1/+1. So, and with the Marine, with the Windborner Mariner in hand. So once you have like at least one fearsome blocker, you're happy. Now Remny has 2, so that should be even more happy. Let's see, Mariah Warden can pull a 3rd. No, it can't. It pulls up an elusive unit. Now, Remny might try to race them as well. Now, this is not that threatening of a board on Remny's side, but it can definitely try to race it, especially with a little bit of burn off the top with Divine Whirlwind. So it's not out of the table to get into a race with this deck, but it's definitely not the best option that you can have. All right, we see a little bit of a fearsome swing here. That's 9 damage on turn 4, getting Remny down. Well, it's 8 once the Spiderling gets blocked. Now we are 4 white on both sides, 11 HP on one, 16 on the other. There's no fearsome blocker as of now, but there will be a next turn. Oh, red color. Well, there's no way Spitz misses Allegiance here. So that red color will definitely come in handy here.
There's absolutely
no way. Yeah.
If Spids misses Allegiance here, then we're gonna have some issues.
That hits Allegiance. All right, now that is definitely a big board on Spids' side, but we see another Miriam. Now with that draw, our Master Lookout has finally seen 3+ card drawn in one turn, which means he gets buffed to a 3/2, and also we get our Windborne Mariner down to 0 mana. So we do see a full swing, which is interesting because we are going to trade our one fearsome blocker that is on the table, but it can only be blocked by the red color, right? And Spitz decides not to go for that trade, instead just goes for a... Oh, it goes for it. Trades
I like this. This Elise has kind of served her purpose. I'm okay with getting rid of the Elise, and that also leaves us with enough room on this board. I am okay with... Actually,
I mean, If this press is okay, we're gonna see a soul cleave on our raid caller, and we're gonna see 2 mist raids here. Or no? No, we don't decide to go for it.
We're only gonna see 1 mist wraith.
Yeah, well, if we traded our release, we could have killed it and get 2 raid callers, right?
Yeah.
Which means we could get 2 mist raids.
Oh yeah, you're right. I can't count. Math is hard, but yeah, I do like that play for next turn.
We decide not to go for it. We're probably gonna see open swing, maybe.
What?
With the 2 Blizzard mist that we have, right?
We have to play 1 right now though, just for mana efficiency.
Oh, have to is a big word, you know. Okay, we see the Windborne Mariner. This might change a little bit of its actions here, because now the Risen Mist into Nocturne doesn't sound that bad, because that would remove the 1 fearsome blocker that Remni has on the board right now. So that's also a possible play that we can see here. A really good play as well.
Yeah.
Let's see. Spitz has definitely some decisions to make here, but there's hard to make a wrong one, I would say here. There is only good ones and better ones, right? Most of the decisions here probably lead, if not to victory, to really close victory next turn. Let's see. Okay, they just decide to go for double miss rates into swing, and I believe that is just lethal here. That is just lethal here. This is over, Hirsch. This is game 1 done in the bag.
Game 1 in the books, as some people would say.
Well, I said it in the bag, so I'm not those people. I believe in the bag sounds better than in the books. Because I would rather get the bag, you know? Yeah.
You want to secure the bag? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, get the bag. Yeah.
So with that, now all Spitz has to do is win on Draven, Freljord, Noxus, while everything is still up on the table for Remni here.
The Draven deck, as we said, 1 Bone Clock, 3 Battle Furies, those are the big cards. That Ancient Yeti in hand is gonna start cooking real fast, so that's also a possible card that we can see Spitz keeping in the mulligan. And on the other side, we see Withering Whale, pretty good card. Other than Withering Whale, just full swing, I guess. I mean, full mulligan, or no? I don't know. We didn't see. Oh no, that was post mulligan. Okay. So we see the Yeti in hand. We see Legion Rearguard into a Yodulski Snowdog, into a Draven. That's a pretty good curve. Especially when your opponent is just passing on turn 1 and 2.
Yeah, and it's going to keep going.
And let's see if Spitz decides to open attack here or just play the good old 3-3 Draven. Decision on the side of Spitz probably has the list open, since what cards can be played as an answer here. Not much, actually, when you look at that 3-3 Draven. 3-3 is a big card, it's a very tanky unit. Now we do have the box, but the box is only killing Draven because that will be the only card play here. Other than the box, there's not much cards that can be played here. You can use some Color Pioneer or Ceaseless Sentry, but Develop definitely seems better here for Spitz. But open swing is not bad too, right? Now basically the Remni's only option is to Vengeance, which you don't want to do. And Spitz is actually just happy with this swing as well, so Remni just doesn't have anything to do. Let's see if Spitz actually banks the mana, because then Spitz would have had the chance to Battle Fury on 5, but instead just decides to go for the Draven, which gets answered by the box, and we would have seen this even if it was pre-swing, post-swing. So in the end, it didn't really change the trajectory of the game, but it was nice to see a little bit of thinking going through our players' minds right there.
Yeah, I do agree.
Oh, now we still have mana for Battle Fury here. If Spitz decides to open attack and feel frisky, there might be some Battle Fury action. If not, you can always play the Yeti or play the Draven that's buffed. So again, decisions. Now I don't think there's Vengeance on the other side, so Battle Fury might get answered, but instead we see the 4/4 Draven with very neat protection in hand in the form of Elixir of Iron, Elixir of Iron, and just a 4 white swing. We have the Axis for buffs, and we see a swing of 5. Honestly, Remny shouldn't be too sad about this situation, considering how he started the game, right? Like, we saw nothing played on turn 3. I mean, passed, and then Draven got played and got answered. But if we take that into account, this is actually a pretty decent position to be on Remny's side, because it looked really atrocious. But after this swing, it actually looks maybe even winnable.
Is Spitz going for a Whirling Death here?
Oh.
No.
We just went for double axe here. Whoa. Just absolutely calling out that you don't have that Troll Chant. But that 2 of Troll Chant is actually gonna get in so much value here. Now, the Draven still gets the trade here, Still kills the Trundle. But now Spitz is basically completely out of steam, except that 1 Battle Fury in hand. Oh, does it trade? Does it not trade? 5/5? Oh my god, it doesn't trade. Wait. I mean, it is... Oh, it doesn't trade, because double axe, right? Oh my god, I didn't even... Oh my god!
I actually respect that line. I like that line a lot.
See, Hirsch, if we were actually a little bit better at the game, we would have seen that actually Draven just kills him. If we're actually just a little bit better at the game, me and you and I, But instead, that's why we are here just talking about the game instead of playing it, right, Hirsch?
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. So I'm actually still liking Remny's position here, because with Vengeance in hand, how is Spitz actually pushing through here, right? Because next turn, we already have enough mana. Oh. It's okay, this gets answered. We're gonna see a little bit of Sky Splitter here, but we can replay a unit, so we're still safe on the next swing. Yeah, the Ceaseless Sentry, and we still have Vengeance. Now we won't be able to use... Rear Guard is good as well. Now, the swing here is like really threatening, right? But if we just block on Vengeance the Draven, there's no way for Spitz to push damage. It got to a... We are now in a state of the game where Remny's deck is just really gets online, right? Now that you have like 7, 8, like few mana banked, you can just rip this Vengeance out. And because Spitz decide to go all in on that Draven play last turn, Spitz's board was not as wide as she would have wanted to. And now Remny must be feeling great about this, especially when he can see 3 of the 5 cards in hand at Axis. Okay. That's actually a really important card on the side of Spitz. You really need the Overwhelm, right, to have a target for that Battle Fury. So right now there is no removal for the Overwhelm unit. But important to note that Arachnoid says when another ally dies, you drain 1. So there's still chances for Remny to overheal what Spitz can threaten on the board. Especially if it forces to block as well. This is really good, because anything that Spitz kills, anything that gets removed on the board from Remni's side actually just heals Remni for 1. So this is great for Rem needs. The necrotic arachnoid is really good because it provides out of maybe even healing through the damage the Spitz can put on the board. All right, we see preemptively. Oh, it just gets traded. Oh, 3 HP.
So
13.
as long as we don't draw a removal spell here, which we didn't,
Avalanche.
Spitz just has to win.
Wait, hold on.
No, we just opened lethal.
We have heal 6. This is wrong pull. We do not want to pull the pillar here because that's the most HP, right? We want to pull the pillar to the 5/4 and force a block with the spiders that are in hand. But with the heal 6 minus heal 6 plus 2 damage. Wait, is that exactly lethal or minus 1?
Lethal. That's exactly lethal. That's exactly lethal.
Lethal with 2 axes.
Wow.
Oh my god, it's exactly lethal. Holy. The axes. Holy, it got so... What? The games today, Hirsch, all of them are so close.
What an insane 2-0 sweep by Spids.
Well, I did not believe that Spids can come back from that all-in with Draven, but it turns out it was just enough, right? It pushed some damage in that turn, got the axes, which were actually insane to push through in the end.
Yeah.
That was really well played.
So while I try to find the next match for us, Ace, why don't you give the spectators a quick recap of what we just witnessed?
Well, in game 1, we saw fearsomes with Allegiance, but impossible to miss Allegiance, so obviously that is just going to win the game, right? Allegiance without possibility to miss Allegiance means you always hit Allegiance, right? But as we saw, fearsomes is a pretty good keyword, especially against decks like Nyla Janna. So it managed to just get through that couple of fearsome blockers that it had, and it just muscled it through. And in the second deck, we just saw Draven. We basically saw why Draven is even included in this list, right? That 3 quick attack unit, but if you slam some buffs on it, if it gets hit maybe by a Dulski Snow Dog buff in the deck, suddenly it becomes a real threat. And we saw Spitz just all in into the Draven as early as turn 5, I believe, and it actually paid out in the end, even though it didn't look like it would, and managed to snag a victory for Azir's Ascended in the first best of 3.
And Grey Merchant and Chicas are still in their game right now. I'm trying to get us into their set.
Yeah. Well, I can quickly remind the viewers what Grey Merchant and Chicas have. Grey Merchant on Azir's Ascended side is running Draven, as we saw the same deck that Spit just won with, paired up with Akshan Pantheon and Morgana Udyr, that also we saw. Draven and Morgana Udyr today, we've seen a couple of times so far, but Akshan Pantheon, a little bit of a curveball right there. And on the other side, Chicas for Swain's Flock, we have Morgana Udyr, as we said, quite frequent today, paired up with Janna Nilla, also quite frequent, and Elise Nocturne, also quite frequent. So Chicas is on that bread and butter, good decks lineup today. Let's see if it can beat the spice of Akshan Pantheon on Grey Merchant side.
So I just want to give an update. Sleepy Panda 2 owed Alsum for Azir's Ascended, and Grey Merchant just finished their match as well. So Grey Merchant 2-1'd into Chicas. So basically, Azir's Ascended 6-1, which equates to a 3-0 victory right now, Ace.
That means I have 3 in a row correct predictions.
This is true. This is
Can
very
miss,
true.
he doesn't miss. In heat of battle, he don't miss.
So with that, we are going to cut to another short break here while we set up for the third and final set, or four. Sorry, I can't count. Jeez, I can't count to 4. I'm no Jin player, I swear. We have Misfortune's Powder Monkeys versus Maokai's Saplings for the fourth and final set of the night. So with that, we will be back. I will be stepping out as I am currently sick and not feeling well. So we will have a special guest caster in for subbing for me. So as for my goodbye before the end of the night, I will say the same thing. Stay safe, stay blessed. I'll see you next week. Hopefully I will be feeling better and up to snuff to be able to cast once again. But stay tuned. You don't want to miss this last set of the night. We'll see you in a few.
Yeah, guys, don't leave because Hershey's leaving. Oh, hello everybody. I'm still Hirsch. Wait, I'm not Hirsch. Look at me. I'm the captain now. I'm Ace, and with me, I got better Hirsch, a replacement for Hirsch, a Hirsch that I like more. I got Shawdox. Shawdy, how are you feeling today?
Good. How are you doing?
You know, nobody has asked me that today. I don't even think Hirsch asked me that today.
I care about you.
Thank you. Thank you, Shawdox. Thank you. Well, Shawdox, since you just joined, let me run you through what happened last best of 3. We saw the one, the only Spitz from Azir's Ascended just get on the board and just demolish, the usual experience when you play Spitz, from what I've heard. I don't play in the Americas that much. But with that, the last season champions just keep steamrolling from the groups as well. So now, Shawdox, as somebody who wins a lot of games, like yourself, not like me, when you win like a bigger tournament, when you go into the next one, does it feel more pressure to, prove that you are in that one, or do you feel like more relaxed?
It's a mix of both. There's a bit of pressure where you wanna keep the streak going, right? You wanna retain your title. But on the other hand, it's also like, I've already won it once. I don't need to stress out too much.
Well, yeah.
For all I know, Azir's Ascended they're just having fun, and their natural skill is just carrying them all along.
Well, you might be on track there, because with the last win, it was pretty convincing win with 6-1, I believe. They're on top of their group with 6 wins and 1 loss. So I don't think they have anything to prove, but they're definitely playing like they have everything to prove. So, and for the last matchup of the day, we are going to have, let me quickly check who we're going to have here. We're going to have Maokai Saplings against Misfortune's Powder Monkeys. Now, I know some of these players, not everyone, but we are going to be following Iros McDonald's, and they are going to be playing against Easy to Win. Now, Shawdox, without hearing anything about the decks, who would you pick out of these two players based only on how good their name sounds? Easy to Win against Iros McDonald's.
I'll probably go with Easy to Win. Because I know he's like a really strong player. And I know Eros too. He likes to play like a lot more aggro decks. Like, he loves playing ephemerals. So he's pretty good with those two. But I'll probably give it to Easy to Win.
Yeah, it was easy to pick. Is it easy choice? I don't know. I tried to do something there. I'm not Hirsch, man. Hirsch does these jokes very, very smoothly, and I can simply not recreate them. But let's see if we can
keep trying.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get onto the decks here, because I don't think the people want to look at our beautiful faces too much. And let's get into Iros McDonald's. Now, I would say that was like perfect transition from what you said, Shawdox. You said Eros and they love ephemerals. I mean, not ephemerals. You said said ephemeral?
Ephemerals. This is sort of like ephemeral.
Yeah, harrowing ephemerals. Yeah.
Harrowing, Soul Cleave, all that.
Yeah, I do see some interesting tech cards in, some controlled tech cards actually. Now, if you would have teched this deck, Shawdox, now you usually, have the 35, 36 stack options, stack options. Would you go for like this kind of control tech cards?
It's actually pretty interesting, like that hate spikes, the vengeances. I don't even know if Glare is like still played as much, but like Glare I think is like a good one. Hate Spike is kind of interesting. So it's cheap removal, so you can't go too wrong with it. Vengeance seems a bit expensive, but I guess if there's like counter matchups, like I don't know exactly what would counter Fearsome. Like, I wonder how Overwhelm does. So like if Overwhelm has like one big guy and they just kind of Battle Fury it and go in, I guess Vengeance helps there. So it'll be interesting to see how it works out.
I think it's let's move on to the second deck. Let's see what this aggressive deck is paired with. And we see Nyla Jenna. Now, Shawdox, I've been saying all day. I've been saying this all day, every day, whenever I see anybody talking about LoR. I want to get your opinion on this. Is drawing cards cheating?
I think it's cheating.
That's what I'm saying, right? It's definitely cheating.
But that's also why it feels so good, right?
Oh, but come on, why? All right, let's see. Do we see the usual, Nyla Jenna, no temples. That's a little bit of different kind of trajectory it can go, and we see some eager dedicant that says brush. 1 mana 0/1 that has +1/+0 for each card you've drawn this round. So it can potentially, just grow out of proportion with the amount of cheating this deck can does. Also, some fortune croakers right there as a little bit of a curveball, and 1 gotcha. This looks pretty strong, right?
Yeah, it seems pretty solid. Like you said, no temple, so it can go a bit faster because it has both the eager dedicant and the master lookout. So it could just drop like a bunch of 1-drops and just kind of aggro you down out of nowhere, and then finish you off with either evasives or a Nyla or even some burn.
Yeah, it can definitely pull out a gotcha right there.
See, you're doing pretty good.
Yeah, you got that one. You got that. Yeah, but as you said, no temple, so definitely a faster version. It pairs nicely with the fearsome, right? It's definitely going towards the bringing aggressive lineup to tackle all of the meta we have right now. Other than that, I don't see any some spicy deck cards.
Yeah,
let's see. Let's see what the third deck. Oh my.
Yeah, I don't know about
look at
anymore, but
oh man, I love this. Where to start? Oh my god. Yeah, this is. Do you know what the third best card in the whole game is, Shawdogs?
What is it?
Navori Highwayman. It's a 2 mana 1/2 that's when it's summons a Navori Brigand with its stats. Now there's a lot of buffing in your hand and in your deck in this deck, but you get two HP units for the price of 1, and that's. Some people would say that's cheating, but I disagree. That's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Other than that,
it's not like drawing cards, right?
It's not the drawing cards. It's not like drawing cards. Not that much, or healing. But other than that, just bunch of 1-drops, bunch of 2-drops. We want to have 6 white almost instantly, and we have Veseed on the top, our crowd favorite up there, and Kinku's Call. Now, Kinku's Call is like a really, really interesting card to use. And we also have Reverend's Feast.
It's really cool because like it's one of those cards where you can delay its effect for a turn, right? So like, especially if you don't have the attack token and you want to play it, you can choose to have the Keeper of Masks come out the turn after when you do have the chance to attack. So it's pretty neat.
Now we also see some 1 Reveler's Feast. Now there's not a lot of units that have plus more than 2 HP in this deck, so most of the times you are just sacking a unit for this Reveler's Feast, but +2 to everything, it's definitely might come in handy. But with 33 units, I can't imagine this deck not just swarm immediately, right?
Yeah. So like you said, you want to build up the board, get like a good Reveler's Feast or even like Keeper of a Mask or something to buff everything up, and then just go face.
Yeah, get on the board and go face. That's like 2 of the favorite things to do in LoR. All right, aggressive lineup. Let's see what will it face in this matchup. And on the easy to win sides, on Misfortune Powder's Monkeys, immediately in the first deck we see not an aggro deck. Alex, what are the differences we can notice immediately in this specific deck compared to the Nyla Jenna we saw on the side of Maokai Saplings?
Yeah, so like right away, this one has Temple. That's like I think the main thing that I see right off the bat. It's also got less 1-drops. It's only got 2 Pull Shark, 2 Master Lookout. The rest of the spells are pretty much standard and the same. But at the top end, we also have Ruined Rex and 1 Helmsman, which are really big. And Rex, especially with like Sunken Temple or a bunch of like Slipstreams, it can really get out of hand.
Yeah, I'm also seeing this 1 Soaring Cartographer that I wanted to see in action for like so long now, but it never gets to see play, but hopefully we're gonna see it today. Yeah, as you said, a little bit of a slower deck and definitely not leaned into the aggressiveness that we saw in.
And the good thing is, like, it's a type of deck that can be aggressive and then slow down later and finish it off with some burn.
Yeah, very well said. Let's move it on to the next deck. And we have Action Pantheon. Now, me personally, I kind of like Action Pantheon. It's, a little bit of a different kind of way to play the game, I would say. But what I really like about this deck is Billy the Goat. I love Billy the Goat as a card. I love Billy the Goat as a character. I just simply love Billy the Goat.
Goat does goat things, right? It's like, it pairs well with both Akshan and Pantheon, making the gems. I do like the Akshan, or I guess the Shurima Pantheon version a bit more because you get to play Swinging Glaive, which just creates lucky finds over and over. So that's, I think, is really neat. It also lets you play Deny or Red and Negation. So, and Absolver, but Pantheon already kind of has Overwhelm. But if you have something else that's big and that you've been building up with lucky finds, then you can use Absolver to give it Overwhelm as well.
Yeah, as you said, a nice little combination of protection spells with Rite of Negation, Expanse Protection, Shape Stone, Pale Cascade, Stealth Stone, so basically everything. A little bit of spice there with Curse of the Tomb, maybe try to get like some sneaky lethals. And other than that, I see Darking Lodestone, maybe some Horazi off the top. Now I don't see that Pantheon follower that's 6 mana. What was that card called?
6?
Yeah, the one that had the same like level up as Pantheon. I'm blanking so hard.
Cam4.
Yeah, Cam. Well played. Great addition to the cast desk, Shodax. Well played. Yeah, I don't see it as a little bit of diversity on the top, right? It really all ends on the either champions or maybe Horazi to pull through. So it definitely needs to protect the champions, and let's see if it can do that. Yeah, again, a little bit of a slower deck that wants to build up. So let's move up to the last deck, and we have Jace Lux. Products, I'm a really big fan of Jace Lux. Jace Lux is like my top 3 deck of mine. I just really enjoyed the playstyle of it. Just a little bit of a pass here and there. If you ask me, it's always 3-4 Chief. If you ever play less than 3-4 Chief, you're actively trolling and not trying to have fun in the game, Other than that,
I agree. Yeah.
Play some cards, play some 6 cards.
Yeah.
Play some 6 cards. Other than that, I kind of like it, this deck. What do you think, Shodax?
Yeah, solid. Mid-range control-ish sort of deck. Like, if you ever get a Jace and a Lux just to sit there, the game's kind of over.
Yeah, as we see, three kind of slowish, controlish deck, as you said, contrast to the 3 aggressive decks. So I feel like we're gonna have a quick best of 3 here. Like either the aggressive deck will just get through it, or we will see like a little bit of sluggish.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, let's move up to prediction, Shodax. Now, I will mention that I am unbeaten today. I have not missed a single prediction. I hope you agree with my predictions. And no, you don't, Shodax. What's happening here?
I don't know. I just got faith in the Powder Monkeys. What can I say? I didn't. Look, all 3 of you are again. Oh my goodness, the underdog. Okay.
No, it's me, Red, and the community. So basically, everyone. The community is everyone. The community is everywhere. We are the community, except I guess you, because you voted against the community, right?
I don't know. It's okay. You guys got time to change your vote still, right?
I do have to say that you did keep consistency there, right? You did say easy to win when I first asked you in the beginning. So the consistency is there, right? The consistency is there. Now, let's go up to the matchup scene. Let's see the big picture here. So we got aggro against mid-rangey, control-y, a little bit of a cheating. Now, first, Shodax, which would you rather prefer to be in this scenario?
Personally, I would like the Jace Lux, Action Pantheon, and Gananila lineup.
All right. Well, going from there, if you are on that side, which would you ban on the other side?
To be honest, it's probably Fearsomes, I think. I'd probably get rid of. I feel like I could probably fight back against the champless Ionia Noxus deck.
So young, so naive. You would be so wrong, Shadux, because that's the only deck that's unbeatable in this lineup. The element of surprise, the element of not being familiar with what you're facing, is the strongest of all elements. Fire, earth, water, air, all of them pale to the elements of surprise.
Okay, but don't forget, healing is cheating. And if I roll Lifesteal and Pantheon, that's kind of cheating sometimes. If. Don't worry, it always happens. Don't you know that?
I don't know. I'm not. They say that always happens to good players. Cannot relate, Chowdogs, cannot relate. But let's look at the other side. Let's say you are the aggro player, you know. What would you like to get removed? Will it be the action because it can roll lifesteal?
Well, I'd actually probably leave it up because other than Pantheon, everything else is kind of... It's a bit weak, right? And they don't have too many units, I think. Especially if I was playing Fearsome, they have Goat, and they've got Pantheon, and they had one other, I think Ayula was like their only Fearsome blockers. Everything else needs like a buff, right? To be able to block. They also don't have many units.
There is a lot of buffs though.
There is, yeah. But how long can that last? Until I level up Nocturne or I think Eros was playing the Harrowing Returns, where it gives everything -1, and Skitterer, like they add up. So I think I might actually just ban probably Jace Lux or Jam. Oh, okay, there we go. We see it's.
Let's say half right.
Yeah, sure.
Half. Technically right. Technically. All right, we are just getting straight into it, Shawdogs. Now, we are gonna see the aggressive Nyla Jenna against Jace Lux. Now, I assume the Nyla Jenna is the aggressor, right? So what are we just looking for straight out of the gate?
You're probably looking for that the brash one drops, like the Dedicant or the Master Lookout.
I mean, this is pretty strong too, right? Pull Shark into Miriam just to recycle that card.
Yeah. So it's not looking bad at all. From easy to win side, I think single combat's going to be really good with the Badger Bear coming down.
Okay. Well, there's the Master Lookout. Immediately we can remove. Maybe we can draw. Okay, that's not a bad draw. We get another Pull Shark and Miriam combo for next turn as well. But on the other side, I see a Lux. A Lux is kind of hard to remove with that big body and
huge
barrier, right?
Gotcha is a decent draw, but Badger Bear is just too big to be removed with it.
We might something like Pull Shark getting played and block with Pull Shark into Gotcha. Maybe that will force out some response from easy to win. Maybe in the form of that form up.
He's probably also debating on passing, but I don't think you ever take the pass.
Bull Shark always looks juicy. There we go.
Yeah.
Ooh, offers a pass from easy to inside and just plays the lookout as well. I mean, we did say that it is more of an aggressive list, right? Ooh, there we go. The other one drop as well. And Croaker.
Oh, both of those are pretty good.
Wait, we can draw like 3 cards this turn, right?
Yeah, and you put the Gotcha back to try and draw it later for a discount.
Wait, that's gonna be a huge Eager Dedicant, right? That's gonna be at least 4 attack. Actually, I'm kind of, I don't know if you know this, Sharks, I'm kind of bad at math. I'm just gonna say it's 4 with the full confidence in my heart, and I hope that people believe me, that it is gonna be 4.
Let's see, 1 for Turn, 1 for Croaker, 1 for Miriam. That's 3 plus 1, so yeah. He has 1 attack base, right? Yeah, so could be 4. You're so good, Ace.
I mean, confidence, confidence. It comes out from straight delusion. All right, we do see a little bit of notification. What's happening in the other matchups? We see Luna against Bruno, 1-1. So
already,
yeah, we thought this is going to be a fast matchup, but apparently everybody's on aggro today. Everybody wants to get these games done fast. Shawdogs, it's turn 4. We have 6 units on the board.
Yeah, it's okay. It's not drawing cards, so it's not cheating. Or I guess it is drawing cards. It is cheating. You know what? That's not cool.
We have 4 cards. How can we have 4 cards and 6 white? What is this?
Yeah, going for just the good trades here. He is taking the 4 to the face.
Now, let me quickly check what kind of reach we have on the side of Jananila. 3 Mystics and 2 Divine Whirlwind. So, not a lot, but also nothing to scoff at, definitely.
Yeah, especially if you're taking this and going down to 8. I also don't think there's any healing aside from maybe randomly generated ones in Jace Lux.
Yeah, there's indeed not any healing unless, some Jace comes down and some acceleration gate starts granting keywords. So yeah, let's see if maybe we get to play, maybe we are forced to play single combat here, right?
Yeah.
Just to preserve HP. Okay, decides to block like this, saves 1 more HP.
Yeah.
And not commit the... And 9 HP is somewhat safe, but also I feel like the Jananila will always be wider on the board, so it's definitely a little bit tricky.
Yeah, and Lux coming down with double formula in hand is it's scary.
Double formula, but let's see if it actually has enough actions to actually place those final sparks.
Yeah.
Oh my god, another Master Lookout.
Lookout.
Oh my god, look at this mana. We can play the Lookout and still have Mystic and Gotcha backup. Oof. Looking juicy.
Yeah, and if he does go for the Gotcha on like the Badge Bear or something, then I'm pretty sure we're going to see the single combat come out.
Which can be answered with the Mystic as well, but that's a lot of actions right there.
Yeah.
And the Mystic preferably could go face as well.
Yeah. Yeah, and also at the moment, the only Brash blocker we have is Lux. So that's something to, I guess, take note of as well. Because the other 2 are already damaged.
So we are taking 7? If no interaction, right?
Yeah, looks like it.
It turns out I'm not that bad in that. Oh. Oh, we might see both Gotcha and Mystic here.
Both. Oh.
Okay. Oh, that's... I mean, I guess... Okay, just wants to damage the Lux, maybe remove it. I mean, technically no Brash blocker right now, but I don't think that matters that much. Yeah, we just see the Gotcha. Yeah. Removing Lux is actually pretty good, because now there's not much threats left.
Yeah, I like this better than, like, clearing off the other 2, because Lux is probably, like, one of the only ways for them to come back into the game.
Oh, there's the Lux.
Yeah, so you can take your time kind of hitting them with this board and then just looking for burn. Finish it off.
Yeah, no Brash blocker, as we said, so that's 3 HP hitting phase. So we're down to 2 HP. And only 1 Mystic Shot played so far, right? So that's 2 Mystic Shots and 2 Divine Whirlwind still left in the deck. Unless, some formula draws something good here. Nope, it doesn't. And also, the fact that we tried to find an answer with formula here means that we cannot play the second Lux now. So we're not even furthering our own clock now, so...
Yeah, you can't play anything except Aftershock right now.
And we just play Vicresh, which is going to get more draw. Oh, interesting. We didn't go for Eye of the Storm there.
Oh,
Save it in hand. Yeah, just Slipstreaming immediately here. Yeah, it's pretty much impossible for Easy to win to come back from this position, right? Like,
yeah, I think so.
Eris McDonald's wins on the board, probably wins with the burn as well. So, yeah. And in the other matchups, we see total 2-1 against MP, which means the Monkeys are 1-0 on the board already.
Oh, who could have seen that coming? I don't know.
Yeah, hold your horses, Shada. Still early.
The Mystic.
Oh, well, see, hold your horses. You're still in it.
Game 1.
Yeah, game 1. And Aerosmith takes this aggressive Nyla Jano, right? And the only thing that's left now is to win with the champless Ionia Noxus aggro.
It'll be interesting to see.
It'll definitely be interesting.
Because I believe in the list, in terms of reach, like the only burn was Fervor and I guess Saboteur. So if Easy to Win can clear the board like effectively and stay at a relatively high health total, it might be fine. And
Yeah.
his hand is actually looking good already. Like Forge Chief and Mage Seeker are good anti-aggro cards.
Yeah, Forge Chief, pretty good. Mage Seeker, also great. Let's see, Form Up also kept in the hand, and Lux.
Hmm.
On the other side, we see Mentor, double Mentor,
Ooh.
an elusive unit as well.
Highwayman. Hmm.
Yeah, if only we had Nevori Highwayman. The best card in the game. So, but we do have a pretty chunky elusive attacker, so... Oh, we just go House Spider. Yeah, we just go wide, I guess.
Yeah,
that
go
also
wide.
works. We can play this 3-2 here, but oh, no. Let me quickly send an email to Hirsch to get you off the broadcast right now. I don't like when I'm wrong.
I mean, you're right. I'm pretty sure you changed your vote, right?
No. I stick with my bad decisions. I always stick with my bad decisions till the end. But yeah, with Bruno taking down Luna with 2 and 1, Powder Monkeys actually get the win even before this match is done. So the matchup, again, technically it's not only for pride, right? Because sometimes it matters in the tiebreakers how you lost with how much you lost. So it's definitely still, the game definitely still matters. And it's not only, playing for honor and stuff. You still need to win these kind of matches.
Yep. And then we see the Thermal Beam taking out the Green Glade. So no elusive
double mask
cheese there.
One mask.
Oh.
2 Keeper of the Masks. Do you think they're keeping the same mask, or are they keeping more masks?
I want to say more masks. It sounds right.
Yeah, because it's Keeper of Masks and not Keepers of Masks.
That's right.
Right. So there's multiple masks that they need to keep. Right, makes sense. Shadow's good call.
Big swing here.
I mean, it's relatively big. See, that Navori Longtail can summon another unit, the Navori Brigand. So actually we are 5 wide again. And it's only 1 Lux on the other side. Or if we decide to play Reggie... No, it's only just 1 Lux.
Going for Lux. I mean, this is fine because you still have mana to play Aftershock if anything big comes down.
I mean, that big will probably be the Arena Battlecast, right?
Yeah, and I think that will probably... Yep, here it comes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that means you're only swinging for, 4 damage. And if you don't open, then you can go Formula Laser.
This is probably developing the Spider into Navori Longtail, but using the other part of the Navori Longtail's text, where it says grant other allies +1/+1 this round.
Yeah.
Now, easy to win left with a choice here. Now, as you said, Formula into Beam still leaves you with 3 mana in case you draw interaction. Let's see the draws here. Could really use an interaction. There you go, Mystic Shot. That's kind of insane pull.
And we can Mystic the Spider, because that'll be the biggest one, right?
Well, technically the Navori Longtail is also 3 damage.
Oh, that's true.
So we're technically, what is this? 3 and 4, 7 damage. We're only taking 7 damage. That Mystic Shot actually saves a lot, right?
Yeah. And this is coming to be the issue that I mentioned earlier, is if Jace Lux can kind of start controlling the board and keep their life pretty in a healthy spot, there's just no coming back, right? Like, you have to top deck your way out.
Yeah, 4 is not enough to win with just 1 fervor, right?
Yep.
So it needs to come down to more units on the board, and that's definitely not what you want to see. And Easy to Win definitely draw what they wanted to see, because now they can play Reggie and the assembly line. The assembly line into a beam. It's looking definitely a tall mountain to climb, as Pantheon would say. The beam goes through, plays down the precious pet as well. I guess there's no point in keeping it back. Reggie, love me some Reggie. We see Shock Blast. Oof. It's probably even lethal from the side of Easy to Win, right?
Yeah. Yeah, like, they have to block here, right?
Yeah, they're down to 5, which with Shock Blast and the Beam, it's almost always lethal. Which means the Navori Longtail does absolutely nothing. And with that, we have lethal with just
Yep, there's a surrender.
Shock Blast and Mystic. It's okay. It's okay. There's still one more game for the Ionia Champless aggro to win. I still have my hopes up.
Yeah,
And actually, this is the matchup that we are. This was the matchup that we are focusing on, anyways, right? The Akshan Pantheon.
Yeah, we'll have to see if they can go wide enough to take care of the lack of units in action.
I mean, it can definitely. We've seen it can definitely go wide enough, but let's see if those units are enough, right?
Yeah.
They're wide, but they're not big. Well, the Veseed might do the trick.
That's not bad, yeah.
Yeah, if we can curve out like House Spider into Navori Longtail, that's like 4 white already. If we can top deck a 1-drop, that will be 1 into 2 into 3 into crowd favorite. That's gonna be huge. I mean, I don't even know if that's that good. Let's see. See what was kept in the mulligan as well. Oh, that's post mulligan. Yeah, so we're gonna see 1-drop into House Spider into Navori into that Veseed. I mean, this is not even... Yeah, I guess you just value the 1 damage you're gonna hit face so much, right? Keeper of the Mask as well. Okay.
And
The board is getting there. Oh, action.
For Veseed, he's got the Targon Tellstones, the Hush ship.
Oh my god, the Hush. Yeah, it's okay. He's still a 2-1, right?
Yeah. 2-1.
He's
Over 1.
still
Don't forget
2-1,
over 1.
yeah.
Oh, no, it's gone.
I mean, it's not over 1. I mean, it's good. He has over 1, but with Hush, no over 1 as well.
Yeah, and I like trading off the Akshan here, because even though it's dying, at least you're keeping the board low, because you know they play a lot of like board buff cards. They play Veseed, so you wanna keep the board as little as you can.
Now, Billy the Goat is going to come down here.
Oh, Cultist first.
What we might see here is the Longtail, yes, but not Veseed next turn, but rather just double Keeper of the Mask.
Yeah, either double mask or spider masks.
Well, then they're going to be Keepers of the Masks.
The keepers.
Yeah, multiple. Let's see what it goes here. Yeah, okay, just House Spider into 1 Keeper. Okay, that's also fine here. I guess that's 6 white now, right? Only 1 buff.
Now Goat's probably coming. Yep. You still have enough to play the Glaive.
The Glaive. Yeah, sadly the Billy the Goat does die here, which saddens me a little bit, but...
You did a good job, Billy.
He served his purpose.
And also getting another gem, you can heal up this cultist right back up.
Yeah, the Akshan Hordes is soon to be popped, which means another draw, hopefully another unit, because we are running a little low from easy to win side. And Eros McDonald does not seem to run out of units anytime soon.
Oh, Challenger is pretty good too.
Okay, Green Glade Duo, pretty big. Oof, no units, but it is a removal spell.
Yeah.
And we also popped a Horde, so we can predict a unit. We definitely need to see a unit from easy to win side here, right?
Yeah, I think so. You could possibly keep this 1 unit alive for a while, but it's getting a bit scary, right? Like you're down to 11, and they're just gonna keep going wide. So you're gonna need to trim the board down a bit. Makai is pretty good.
Makai.
Yeah.
Makai, another predict. Maybe get Pantheon finally. He should be close to leveling at this point. Definitely at least 3.
I believe he should be at 3, maybe 4. No, he should be at 3, I think. So he should be pretty much leveled by the next attack token.
Now, what we can see here is play Veseed here and Keeper of the Mask next turn, or we play the Green Glade Duo, and then next turn we can Veseed into Keeper of the Mask. So we should just go all in, I believe. Okay, only 2. Oh, he's far off.
Okay.
Yeah, now with Green Glade Duo, we can open with Veseed with crowd favorite next turn. That's max buff on him. And we still have mana to play Keeper of the Mask. which means or Arena Battlecaster, right? It basically does the same thing.
On easy to win side, we do have the Hush still available, and we also have enough for Gem, Grappling Hook.
Wow, Gem Grappling Hook actually kills the seed.
That's pretty big.
But this board is also kind of big.
Yeah.
we might be forced to hush the Greenglade duo, right?
I think we might have to. Man, good thing you can't get lifesteal off of these lucky finds.
I guess the fights aren't that lucky because that would have been absolutely busted. Now the swing, that's only what 2, 4, 6, 8 damage, which is nothing to scoff at because I don't see a way for Easy to win next turn, right? So possibly gonna have to survive another swing from this, and it's getting dangerously close, down to 3 HP. That's like 2 units hitting your face. Maybe even 1 if you get some buffs going.
I was gonna say there's a small chance if you get +2 attack here, and you get another buff next turn, you could like one-shot Eros with the Curse of the Tomb.
But you would need Overwhelm, right? He would need to hit Overwhelm as well.
Yeah, he'd also need Overwhelm. Okay,
I wonder if it was Curse of the Tomb into predicting and then drawing.
Yeah, that sounds.
Pantheon, 4 out of 5 and the 1 mana. I guess we can play Auction here, be white.
No, I think you grab Pantheon because it's predicting, right? So you're gonna draw it next turn.
Oh, right.
But
yeah, that might be
getting a turn.
You know, we actually might die because of 3 1 damage units hitting our face. That's actually, well, they're gonna be 2 damage because of this this Arena Battlecaster. But that's crazy.
I don't think there's anything he can find. He has no interaction like that. No fast speed interaction.
Yeah, actually, even with 1 interaction, it wouldn't be enough, right? Because of the buffs from Arena Battlecaster. Any 2 units hitting here would be enough. And also, there's still public.
The only out is if Eros plays another unit and then lets him play Pantheon.
And Pantheon rolls lifesteal.
Yep.
I see it.
That'll never happen, right? Ever?
Yeah. No way. I mean, that's a pretty good card to play. That's a pretty good card. I would have been funny. Let's see if they commit the attack. They committed the attack. They want to win, which is, I guess respectable.
Yeah. gotta avenge the teammates.
A little bit of emoting from Easy to Win. And there goes the surrender. And would you look at that, Shaw Dogs? The Ionia Champless aggro deck won a game. Doesn't really that put a smile on your face? Because it did on mine.
It was great to see. I'm glad that it kept getting wider and wider, and it got there.
It barely got there. It slimed by, just creeped little by little, but it got there in the end, right?
Yeah, it did it. I mean, it did do everything it wanted to, right? Like, it went wide, it buffed up the board and got some good attacks in, and it got to drop Vaseed. Even though he died right away, he forced it, right? He forced it out. So, game plan worked.
Yeah, as you said, just keep going wide and keep cashing it in those white boards, right? It was with Vaseed, it was with Greenglade Duo, it was with all those Keeper of the Masks, and, just go wide and go wide some more,
Yeah, I'm just sad we didn't see like Mentor into Highwayman.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. We didn't see the Navori Highwayman, but maybe on another day. All right, Shawdog. So now you gotta do what I do every time. You gotta quickly run us down everything we saw in this best of 3. Because Hirsch makes me do it every best of 3 for some reason. Because he thinks the chat not
you like that.
He absolutely forces me every time. It's in the contract I signed that I have to listen to everything he says. Everything he says goes, basically. But all right, Shawdogs, what did we see in this best of 3?
All right, game one, we saw Jananila take down Jace Lux in. It wasn't really close. It was a pretty steamrolly game. Just went wide and finished it off with the Mystic. And then game two, we saw Jace Lux. It was sort of close, but like I said, once you got control of the board, Jace Lux just kind of runs away with it. They got the win there. And in game three, another. Would you consider this one close? I don't know, but
Nah, it was a landslide.
Arrows just went wide.
Yeah,
and easy to win could not go wide. He did a good job of like stalling for a few turns.
he just went wide. That's it. You can't really go wrong with going wide. But let's look at the bigger picture now. We did get confirmation on the other matchups, how they went, and we saw that monkeys. We saw that the monkeys powder, the misfortune powder monkeys. There we go. We got there. Actually got the win, even though we saw on stream Maokai Saplings go 1-0. So, in the grand scheme of things, misfortune powder monkeys got the 2-1 win, right? So, valiant effort from the little bit of spicy decks we saw there, but in the end, it's a team game, right? It's a team game.
Yeah. So, like you said before, though, even though your team lost, at least you got one of the matches, because in the end, tiebreakers could come back, right, to help you out.
Looking at the whole lineup for this week, yeah, when we started the week, it did look a little bit, tight for some of the teams. But in Group 1, we see Azir's Ascendant actually a little bit pull out from the other teams with 6 wins already. So they're in a good position already 2 weeks in. And in Group 2, we have 2 teams on 4 wins and 2 teams on 3 wins with a match to play. So Group 2 definitely feels like a really, really tight battle. Now, Shodax, I'm going to put you on the spot again. If you were to choose, would you like to be on top and just cruising, or do you enjoy like struggling till the last match and actually getting the dub? What feels more satisfying, clutching on the end, or just like cruising through everybody?
Cruising through feels the best, because once you reach the point where you're in, you could play whatever you want.
And technically, no, I'm not saying that you should. You can play anything you want.
You can.
That's all the time.
Akshan Master Yi with Dragon's Rage. It's pretty good thing.
I mean, maybe not Dragon's Rage, but let's say we add Battle Fury to the list. Now it's suddenly Overwhelm elusive Battle Fury in deck, and we can play it. Even though it's Master G, Ionia has some elusives, right?
Yeah, they do. Green Glade.
We got Omenhawk, Yadulski Snowdog, Master Yi, Battle Fury. We already got a deck right there. All we need is somebody
Everybody needs to bring it next week.
Yeah. I'll share the list. No, I won't. No, I just lied straight in everybody. I'm not making that. That sounds atrocious. That sounds really bad. All right, let's see. That. All right, and I think with that, we are coming to an end, Shodox. Now, I actually enjoyed casting with you this one match. You showed more energy than Hirsch did in the last 3 ones. Don't tell Hirsch I said that. Don't tell Hirsch I said that,
like sometimes Hirsch is just, I had to give him a break,
He deserves it. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. He should suffer and work till we die like the rest of us. No rest. We're gonna rest when we'll die. Well,
I'm glad I was actually able to cast, because they've been asking me to cast forever, and I've never been free. But Hirsch said he was sick, and I canceled all my plans. I ran home. I hitchhiked. I came here just so I could help him this one match.
Did you run or did you hitchhike? Which one was it?
Both. I ran and jumped on the truck. Yeah.
Now that's called dedication. Dedication is also what you need to win this tournament. So everybody that lost this week, I want to see you next week with double the passion, double the dedication. Hitchhike, run, whatever you have to do. Shoutouts, any last words, any shoutouts you want to do? Because it is, as you said, you finally got to cast. So what you gotta say? Who you gotta send out shoutouts to? Except Hirsch. Don't say shoutouts to Hirsch.
Right.
Everybody that comes in here says shoutout to Hirsch.
All right, I won't shout out Hirsch, but I will shout out Ace. Great casting with you. I'll shout out Red. Red's cool. I'll shout out, I think it's just Red alone, right? So, shout out Aegis. Shout out Norris Tea Drinkers. And yeah.
And everybody else.
And everybody else, yeah. As years ascended, love those guys.
All right. With that, everybody, don't forget to be here next week. The league is just starting. This was week 2. Next week, some more drama, some more spicy list, some maybe different casters again. Who knows? It's ever changing. Change is good. From my side, I have to shout out Hirsch. I said don't shout out Hirsch, but that doesn't count for me. I shout out Hirsch, and that's pretty much it. See you guys next week. I've been Hirsch. This has been Ace, and see you next week. See ya.